If you ever dreamed of being your own boss and building a successful business, well, you're in the right place because today we're going to take a deep dive into the world of starting a limited liability company, or LLC for short, in the great state of Ohio. Now, I know what you might be thinking, but Michelle, isn't all this legal stuff just a huge headache? Trust me, I've been there. When I was first toying with the idea of starting my own cupcake business a few years ago, the mere thought of filing paperwork and dealing with regulations made me want to eat an entire batch of double chocolate cupcakes in one sitting. But here's the thing, launching an LLC doesn't have to be a nightmare. In fact, with the right guidance and a little bit of determination, it can actually be a pretty smooth and, dare I say, fun process. And who better to lead you on this adventure than your trusty guide? Let's get this party started. Kicking things off, let's address the elephant in the room. Why choose Ohio for your LLC? Well, as someone who's lived in this state for over 20 years, I can tell you firsthand that Ohio is an absolute gem when it comes to building a business. Think about it. We've got a diverse and skilled workforce, top-notch educational institutions like Ohio State University, go Buckeyes, and a low cost of living that'll make your wallet do a happy dance. Plus, with major industries like healthcare, manufacturing, and technology thriving here, there's no shortage of opportunities to tap into. All right, now that we've established Ohio as the prime location for your LLC, it's time to dive into the nitty-gritty of actually setting it up. Trust me, I know how intimidating all those legal terms and requirements can sound, but stick with me. I'm about to break it down in the most relatable way possible. First things first, you'll need to choose a unique business name. That follows Ohio's naming guidelines. And let me tell you, coming up with a catchy name is no easy feat. Once you've settled on an LLC name that is straightforward, you'll need to appoint what's called a statutory agent, also known as a registered agent. Think of this person or company as your LLC's personal assistant, responsible for receiving all those important legal documents and keeping you in the loop. Believe me, you'll want a reliable agent in your corner, especially when those pesky lawyers come knocking with their service of process notices. Now, let's get down to the real meat and potatoes of forming your LLC in Ohio. I've broken it down into 6 simple steps. So even if you're as clueless about legal jargon as I was in the beginning, you'll be able to follow along like a pro. Step 1, name your LLC. Review naming guidelines and search for availability. Step 2, appoint a statutory agent, registered agent. Step 3, file the Articles of Organization, walkthrough form. Step 4, create an operating agreement, why it's crucial. Step 5, obtain an EIN, Employer Identification Number, from the IRS. Step 6, handle licenses, permits, and other compliance requirements. I really wish I could walk through each step with personal, clear explanations, but this will be too long. So filing the Articles of Organization is the biggie. This is the document that actually registers your LLC with the state of Ohio. It'll ask for all the biggies like your business name, address, registered agent info, and some details about your management structure. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this form looked like hieroglyphics written in ancient Greek when I first laid eyes on it. Statements about the LLC's purpose, duration, and authorized signatures? Could they make this any more confusing for us common folk? Luckily, there are plenty of online resources that break down the articles line by line, so you can be sure you're filing it correctly. And if you'd rather avoid that mess altogether, most reputable LLC formation services will handle it for you as part of their packages. Of course, no Ohio LLC journey would be complete without a brief panicked moment wondering if you did everything right. For me, that came a few days after I nervously clicked Submit on my Articles of Organization online. Suddenly, it hit me. Did I miss something in that operating agreement? What if my registered agent service wasn't actually legit? Visions of failure danced in my head as I compulsively refreshed my email, waiting for the state to confirm my LLC was approved. When that congratulatory email finally pinged my inbox, I swear I cheered loud enough to make the neighbors wonder if I'd finally lost it. In that moment of sheer joy and accomplishment, all the stress and self-doubt melted away. My Cupcake Carnival was officially in business. Now let's talk about its cost. After all, every savvy business owner wants to know what kind of investment they're looking at when starting an LLC, am I right? As I mentioned earlier, the baseline cost of filing your articles of organization in Ohio is just $99. Not too expensive, especially when you consider that some states charge upwards of $500 for the same thing. But of course, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Depending on your specific business needs, you might also need to factor in costs like a registered agent fee, usually $100 to $300 per year, operating agreement drafting, $50 to $200, an application, often included in LLC formation packages. Business licenses and permits, costs vary widely. LLC formation service, if you choose to go that route. When I was launching Cupcake Carnival, I made the rookie mistake of underestimating just how much those additional fees would add up. After paying the $99 baseline fee to register my articles, I kind of thought I was in the clear cost-wise. Was I ever wrong? First, there was the $150-year price tag. To enroll with a reputable registered agent service, a total must-have, as you now know. Then the 75 hours operating agreement drafted by my buddy's cousin, who happened to be a paralegal. Another $25 to obtain my EN from the IRS. And finally, around $200 for various city and county permits to operate a commercial kitchen and food business. All told, I spent close to $500 getting Cupcake Carnival legitimately up and running. While not cheap, it could have been way worse if I'd tried to cut corners or botch the process. I see that upfront investment as a gift that keeps on giving now that my LLC is thriving. The good news is that ongoing costs for an Ohio LLC are pretty minimal if you do it right. Hold up. What's this foreign LLC? Can foreigners get Ohio LLC? Well, let me explain. A foreign LLC refers to a company that is formed in another state, or country for that matter, but wants to operate and do business within Ohio's borders. Maybe you've already got an LLC rocking and rolling in a different state, but now you're looking to expand your horizons and tap into Ohio's thriving market. No matter the reason, registering as a foreign LLC in Ohio is actually a pretty straightforward process. You'll need to file a separate application for foreign qualification and pay an additional fee, of course, but once that's taken care of, you'll be able to legally operate your out-of-state LLC. So tuck that foreign LLC knowledge away for now, but don't be surprised if it comes in handy someday. And last question, how long does LLC approval take in Ohio? The age-old question that every anxious entrepreneur asks. But how long is this whole LLC thing gonna take? Trust me, I feel you. The good news, getting your Ohio LLC officially approved is actually pretty speedy compared to some other states. We're talking roughly 3-4 weeks from start to finish, if you go the traditional paper filing route. But being the impatient cupcake queen that I am, I get it if you're looking to put a little pep in your LLC's step. That's where online filing and expedited services come in by submitting your paperwork electronically and paying up a small additional fee. You could theoretically have your Ohio LLC approved in just 7 business days. Boom! Congratulations! You've made it to the end of our LLC journey. Give yourself a pat on the back because forming a limited liability company is no small feat. From picking the perfect name to handling all that pesky paperwork, you've proven that you've got what it takes to be a bona fide business owner. The truth is that launching your Ohio LLC is just the first step in an exciting, lifelong entrepreneurial adventure. Now that you've got the LLC ball rolling, it's time to take care of all those nitty-gritty next steps like opening a business bank account. Do not mix personal and business funds unless you want the corporate veil police after you. Handling any required business licenses and permits. Investing in the right insurance coverage, because life happens, and you'll want that LLC protecting you. Developing a rock-solid business plan and growth strategy. The road ahead may wind and curve, with ups and downs galore. But that's all part of the thrill of entrepreneurship. Just keep your eye on the prize, learn from your inevitable missteps, and for goodness sake, don't lose your passion.